Hi guys. So I'm reading currently right now If He Had Been With Me. And I'm on chapter 37 and I have some thoughts. So I feel like if you are in a relationship and you are constantly thinking about being with another person, being in love with another person, what life would be like if you got to experience it with another person, and you stay with your current partner, you are an asshole. You fucking suck. I think you're selfish. Let me break it down. The girl in the book so far, she's in a relationship for 3 years, but she just keeps talking about, she's just super, how do I explain this? Her neighbor, she knew all her life. She knew all her life. They grew up with each other, and they were like this, and they grew apart once they went to high school, and etc., right? But she can't stop thinking about him. She's, she notices so much stuff about him, all the extra stuff that tells you you like this person. And she's at this point, like I said, chapter 37. She already admitted to herself that she loves the neighbor, she loves the other person, and not the person that she's in a relationship with. But she does tell the person she's in a relationship with that she loves him and everything. They have been together for 3 fucking years. But she just realized that she's fully in love with the other guy. And she's just working so hard to keep the relationship that she's in and choosing not to break up, even though she feels guilty. Even she literally keeps saying she feels guilt on just where her mind goes and what she's thinking about and the thoughts that she has. But even with feeling that she won't break up, and she's staying in this relationship because she feels like it's right, because he loves her, they're happy, they could be happy, they could, live and grow and build something good together, even though she's not fully enamored by him like you should be with someone that you want to create a family with and everything like that. And I think it's disgusting. I think maybe disgusting is a harsh word, but I don't think you should do that. I think you're a very bad person if that's how you think, and if you're currently in a relationship and you're just always thinking about what could be with another person, what life could be in a different circumstance, not being in the relationship you're in. Nobody is keeping you in these relationships. It is selfish to keep that person as your partner and not let them go and experience a partner that is actually head over heels for them, that would do anything and everything for them because the love is coming from so deep inside. I think it's extremely, extremely selfish of someone to stop that from happening just because you know that you're happy enough to build a life with them. You're happy enough to have their kids. You're happy enough to be married and get a house. I don't think that shit is okay. I don't. I think it's so selfish. And I don't know if that makes sense. For instance, okay? If my boyfriend came to me and he started talking about how he wanted a completely different life than what we've been actively working towards building. Maybe he didn't want fucking kids anymore out of nowhere, and that he's just thinking so much about what life could be for him in a different instance or whatever. I would not make him not go pursue that life that he can't stop thinking about, I would let him go, no matter how hard it would feel for me. I feel like I should take these off. No matter how hard it would feel for me, I wouldn't want to stop him from like going to do something that he literally cannot stop thinking about if it's going to actually make him happy. I love him that much to let him go do that. And I feel like that's just like a different instance of like, if I'm in a relationship and all I can think about is other people and other experiences and all this stuff, I'm not gonna be in my relationship anymore. I'm not. I'm gonna leave my relationship and I'm gonna go do those things that are occupying my mind, because obviously that's what I actually want to do. And I don't know. Like, I'm reading this story and I think I'm like 50% in. And it's just like, it's weird because I want the main characters together, obviously. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I do kind of know what's gonna happen in the book, but just for people that haven't read the book, I'm not gonna say too much on it. But I obviously want them to, you know, find their way to each other and like, you know, love each other. But I want that because I think it's extremely unfair for her current boyfriend. He could be with someone else in their same friend group, probably, that would love him like he would, you know, would love to be loved and would live the life with him in a house, home, stable job that he wants, that she doesn't. And I just think it's so fucked up that she hasn't broken up with him yet at all. She just stays in instances where she feels the most comfortable and the most settled, instead of just fully being herself and just fully doing things that she actually wants to do. And I don't think that's okay. I don't think that if you're a person that's like that, if you have friends that you don't actually fully like, you don't really like how, you know, everyone acts or what they're into and shit like that, why are you still friends with them? Like, it's like she's in this like friend group originally. Now they're, you know, like actually like good friends and stuff, but it's a little complex. But she's in this friend group originally because she's just weird and she wanted to be around other people that are weird. But she even said, I'll be just as weird as everyone around me, but not the full weird that's actually me. And I feel like if you're doing that and you need to suppress yourself, or you're just like molding yourself to fit with one type of group of people, then you shouldn't like be with that group of people, or you need to start being more sure of yourself. I feel like, I don't know, there's a selfishness that comes to like, I just feel like there's just like some sort of weird selfishness that just like comes with doing these things. For the people around you to just like not actually know who you are to the capacity that you are. If you don't like these people calling you weird for thinking your own thoughts, then why do you want them as friends? Or like, why won't you tell them like, hey, I don't really understand why you think I'm weird for saying that. Like, why won't you just say something so that they can like learn you and your boundaries and just like shit like that? I don't know. And so it's just like, in the context of a relationship, it's incredibly selfish. Like, just imagine if your partner, every conversation you're having, they're just thinking about somebody else, some other experience, some other dinner they'd rather be at, or like some other date they'd rather go experience. Like, that's not fun. That's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up. And it's like, I don't know, because I feel like people can argue and be like, okay, Well, if one person in this couple felt that way, but they're together for 50 years and they have kids and grandkids and all this stuff, and like they built a life, but this person is still thinking about all the what ifs and everything like that, then it just is what it is. They built a life, they're happy enough, da da da. Why do you guys want that for your life? Like, why do you want happy enough? Like, why not just not build that family, not have those kids, and not get married, not move in with a person that you don't actually like want to give your whole self to? I watched this TikTok the other day of this woman that she was like, you shouldn't be getting married until like your relationship has been really tested. You shouldn't want to marry someone so you feel like you can experience just bad things with them and come out the other end of it perfectly okay. You shouldn't want to marry someone if they're not going to be there for the bad, And she was saying how you need to have all of that, and then you also need to understand that marriage is not just a piece of paper. You're like binding yourself to someone for life, to death. Your assets, any business that you build, things you sell, things you make, everything, you're bonded and binded with someone legally by law till death. That is why you literally need to fight the other person in a divorce. And people lose sight of that. It is not just a piece of paper. And I think you need to just people need to just go back to like really understanding the seriousness of being in a relationship and building a life with somebody. Like, you're taking so much away from them. And of course there's those people that are settled. They don't give a fuck that the person that they're with isn't the love of their life and isn't everything they wanted. But I don't think that that's like a good life to have. Like, I don't think you're really fulfilled, and I don't think you're actually living like you should be living. Like, you're just miserable. You're miserable and you're playing a role. And a role for what? Your life is yours. Your body is your own, and your consciousness is your own. Your decisions are your own. Why would you let yourself do that and get to that point? I could never imagine passively just being with somebody and, doing all these things and adulting and all that stuff if I didn't actually care about you and I didn't actually love you with everything in my entire heart and soul. If I just have love for you and I love enjoying you, then you're my friend. Like, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, these people, if you actually care about them, and maybe you did, like, maybe you do love them, but it's just not the love that they need for something like a relationship, be fucking honest as soon as possible, and maybe this person could just be your friend in life. Like, why take so many years and so much stuff away from people, so much time away from people, if you don't actually like love them like that, when they could just be your friend or an acquaintance, somebody that you know and can enjoy? It never had to be so serious at all. And that's where I feel like the selfishness part kind of comes in, because it's like you're the one that took it to that serious like level and let it get there, knowing that you feel how you feel, knowing that you're always going to be thinking about elsewhere and all this stuff. But I don't really know if any of this made sense. I'm kind of just like talking, but I don't know. I just like finished reading that last chapter and these last couple chapters, and I'm halfway through. I feel like the book is gonna start changing pace a little. And I know there's a second book that might be in his perspective. And so it's just, I don't know. That's just what I've been thinking about. But like I said, I am reading If He Had Been With Me. Yes, I'm that blind. My screen is right in front of me, and I can't see any of the words nor like the actual letters on my keyboard. But like I said, I'm reading If He Had Been With Me. But that's just what I've been feeling so far. So I'll give you guys like an update, I guess, on how I feel overall by the end of this book. But let me know what you guys think in terms of this topic. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.